Hey, my name's Robert Brown, seven-figure internet and network marketing coach and founder of the Home Business Support Network. Listen, today I wanted to talk to you about mindset, but more specifically about the default setting of your mindset. What is it? Are you naturally kind of optimistic? Are you always seeing the glass as half full? Or are you perhaps kind of predisposed to looking at things slightly on the more negative side? So the glass is always kind of half empty. You see, it's an important thing for you, I, and everybody to realize about ourselves is who we really are and how we function, how we're wired currently. Because in order to change something and make it work for us instead of kind of going through life with the brakes on all the time, we need to know where we are right now. We need to find the courage to face that. So I would say to you right now that you need to find the courage to be honest with yourself in a way that perhaps you never have before, and decide whether or not you're predisposed, whether your default setting is to have a negative mindset, or whether your default setting is to have a positive mindset. Now, my guess is that the majority of people out there, well, it's not a guess actually, my guess is that you have probably got a tendency to be a little bit more on the negative side. And why can I say that? Because research shows us that the majority of people out there do. Now, it's true that these days more and more people are having their eyes open to possibility, to positive thinking, to, you know, way back when books like Think and Grow Rich started, all of this positive personal development wave that we're now pretty much all aware of. Many of us walk around affirming all day long and trying to think on the bright side. And that's really good, by the way. But when we really get some insight as to what our true default setting is when we have a challenge, a problem that we have to overcome. Let me ask you a question right now, and I'm not going to hear the answer, so I'm actually really asking you to ask yourself the question and give yourself an honest answer. When your back is against the wall right now, do you kind of throw your arms back like this and just kind of, woe is me, God damn it, why has this happened? And you're getting angry with things and blaming people and stuff like that? Or do you kind of see it as a kind of, you know, okay, an inconvenience right now, but it's a step towards where you want to be? Because if you see things that way, the challenges in your life just become stepping stones to the successes in your life that will surely follow. But if you see it as kind of like the world and everything in it ganging up against you, then that's a real issue you need to deal with. So why don't I talk briefly about a few things you can do to change that all around and get your default setting to a place where it actually supports you and helps you move in the direction that you want to go, helps you create the life that you deserve and that you were born to live. Okay, so number one, let's deal with the things that are possibly getting in the way and how to get around it, as I said. Number one, your objections. Your objections, what do I mean? Well, I mean the inner argument that you're currently having right now with yourself. You know, it's kind of like having two two little people on your shoulder, you know, one good, one bad, one trying to support you through life and through business and telling you to just go for it, believe in yourself, give it everything, you're going to be a success. And the other one saying, no, you're not. Look at what happened in the past. Look at that, and look at that, and look at him. He's better qualified than you, or her. She's more natural than you. You're never going to get like that. You're never going to be that successful. And you've got this kind of war being waged. But it's not here. It's here. It's internal. It's going on all the time. It's self-doubt. And what that leads to is kind of like in a situation where maybe you're getting involved with a new networking opportunity or a direct selling opportunity, whatever it may be, you will naturally look for the reasons why you should either not get involved, or you'll look for reasons to excuse failure ahead of actually failing. Which, by the way, if you get caught into that loop, is absolutely a certainty. So you have to deal with your own objections. And the way to do that really is to hook into something where you're absolutely passionate about it. Because if you get into something where it's all revolving around the money you can make, etc., you'll too easily be thrown off by everything. If you can get involved with a company or an opportunity where your absolute passion is involved to some degree, so in other words, what I'm saying is something you'd happily do all day long for nothing, then you're just going to keep doing it, you're going to keep believing in it, and it will be successful. Number one, let's go back to number one, something I didn't cover that I really want to cover quickly as well. Self-esteem is really important here, okay? You need to build your confidence. Don't keep reminding yourselves about the little failures along the way. You know, places where you slip up temporarily. Put those to the back of your mind. I would encourage you though, every time you have a success, no matter how small, keep it at the front of your mind. Reward yourself for it, even in a small way. You know, really be proud of it and feed off the energy. Feed off the energy that you get from focusing on the success and the positives, because that builds momentum, and the momentum will be pushing you in the right direction and away from all the stuff you don't want, which is brilliant. Okay, number two, other people's objections. Number one went on a little bit long, so I'm going to cut this one a bit short. You know, we're always surrounded by doubters and people that, you know, maybe have the best intentions at heart. They really care and they really want to help, and they're constantly maybe, you know, filling you with doubt, dissing what you're doing, and kind of saying, you know, why don't you get a proper job, or why don't you run a normal business? Why have you got to do all this internet stuff, all this multi-level marketing stuff? Why do you have to do all that stuff? Why can't you just do something normal like everybody else? It's all around you every day. And what I would suggest that you do is have what I call a or develop, if you haven't got it now, a very, very strong internal self-referencing system set up, whichever way you want to put it. In other words, whilst you listen to other people's opinions, you give most attention to your own opinion, your own feelings, and you trust yourself. And if you don't now, learn to trust yourself more than you trust others, because instinctively you will always know what's best for you. It's your life after all, and nobody knows you better than you, right? I'm sure you'd agree with me. So when would be a good time for you to start trusting you and believing in you? Because the point is, how can you expect anybody else to believe in you if you can't first believe in yourself? So number three, selling your opportunity. Honest to God, This is one of the biggest mistakes I see people out there making day to day. They go out there, they pick an opportunity, a network marketing opportunity, direct selling, whatever it may be. It really doesn't matter, I've got to tell you. And they go out there and they just pitch. Okay. Well, there's a few reasons why that's not going to work. Okay. First of all, we live in the age of attraction marketing. People don't want to just be pitched. You know, you have to start to build relationships with people. You know, relationships are everything. Once you've built a relationship with somebody where they know, like, and trust you, then you can approach them with some stuff that you think they might be interested in. And conversely as well, you know, the other side of the coin is the fact that if you take time to build that relationship, not only does the person you're building the relationship with get benefit from that from you and get to know you better, but you get to know them better. You know what makes them tick, what they really want, which makes you better prepared to offer them what they're really looking for, rather than something that perhaps isn't of interest. It helps you to understand your market, your audience. It might sound long-winded, but people who take the time and trouble to do this thing, well, they're the people out there right now that you would call leaders and the top people in the industry. Okay, and the second point is your credibility. If you're out there pitching all the time amongst God knows how many thousands of other people doing the same opportunity and presenting the same thing to people, then what are they naturally going to do? They're naturally going to go looking for the people who are the established leaders, experts in that particular business, because they feel there's more value in being associated with one of the top producers in a company. Now, that's often not the case, because the more successful some of these guys get, the less of their personal attention you're going to get. But that's not the point. That's of no use to you at this stage. Why? Because from the outset, they perceive it to be of value to be hooked up with the leaders and the top producers in that particular company. Why? Because you haven't yet built your credibility to a place where you're recognized as being one of those leaders. So the point of the matter is, and what I'm coming around to, is that rather than going out there and selling your opportunity, if you want, sell yourself. Sell's probably the wrong word, if I'm going to be honest. But go out there and promote yourself. Give value, lots of it, every single day. Give great value. Build relationships. Help people. Build your brand online. Become a recognized leader, a recognized expert. And then when people come to consider opportunities that you're involved with, it will be an absolute no-brainer for them. They'll want to work for you, or with you, sorry. They'll want to work with you. Why? Because you're a leader. Because you took the time and trouble to build your brand and you positioned yourself correctly. It's a very subtle switch, but it's immense in the difference it will make to your business. So to summarize, because this has gone on way too long, I could talk for hours because it means so much to me, because it's so important to you. To summarize, stop focusing on selling your business and build you, promote you, give value, and the rest will come. I hope that's been useful, and I'll speak to you soon.